Hi, my name is Arlene. Thank you for coming to our talk. We hope you will take. Oh, yeah. My name is Arlene from Color Coded. Thank you for coming to our talk. We hope that you can take away something here. Here's some stats from Google's workforce from 2018. And we're still seeing these stats show that the tech industry is still very white and male dominated. Although some tech companies will boast about their diversity and inclusion departments, much hasn't changed in the last few years. The only thing we're seeing in tech companies is a change is in their diversity statements on their websites. Business running as usual, white and male. Although diversity is supposed to mean better teams for tech, as well as, and in turn, diversity inclusion efforts target BIPOC, that means Black, Indigenous people of color, by promising them they can easily switch from any career path into tech. All it takes is the time, dedication, and money to join a boot camp to learn the necessary technology to go into the tech field. The investment in BIPOC folks make in tech to level up their education by joining boot camps or accelerator programs is meant to give high returns for the high cost, because if you don't learn tech, now you'll be left behind. We want to cancel all of this. We want BIPOC collectives. We are a BIPOC collective of artists, programmers, activists, educators that formed out of a growing disillusion of business as usual in our chosen fields.
Hi, my name is Aya. One reason Color Coded started was because we believe that technology is not neutral. By that, we mean that tech is created by real people, which shapes what is created, and it really matters who is and isn't in the room when these technologies are being created. We acknowledge that everything is by design. The way the world exists today is intentional and not by accident. We believe we have the power within ourselves to design it differently. To do so, we believe that we need to embody abolition, which means challenging the belief that caging and controlling people makes us safe. We must dismantle white and male dominant spaces. We must clearly define an ethical framework for collective organizing, our process for creating non-extractive, non-exploitive, and collaborative workflows, and our model for engaging directly impacted community members in the design process, from brainstorming to testing to final production, in order to build many worlds.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm one of the co-founders of Color Coded. And it's kind of nice to be here because I learned how to program in processing. So it's like 10 years ago or something like that. Yeah, so it's an interesting full circle thing. So Color Coded started about 3 years ago in the spring of 2015. We were like 3 members just getting to know each other, teaching each other how to code, but also how to organize. So initially our learning together was project-based. We developed what we called locales, which was a showcase of locally owned mom and pop businesses run by people of color in LA. We also worked on ideas for a vendor alert system. This was before street vending was like finally legalized in LA. It was going to be like a simple system to alert vendors whenever city sweeps were happening by cops. In 2016, we got a studio, woohoo, in Boyle Heights, where we started to host monthly community tech workshops and free office hours. In 2017, we were asked to create a website for a local worker center servicing car wash workers. And so we came up with what we call Practica, which is our apprenticeship model, where some of our members with less web design experience had an opportunity to work on basically a real world project and level up their skills, and they got paid to learn in the process, which is pretty cool. 2018, we continued experimenting with pedagogical models. We got a couple of grants to develop Practica into what we're calling labs. And folks are reaching out to work with us, like we're for hire, basically. We also didn't put this down, but we attended a co-op class. So we're working together as a cooperative, as a worker cooperative. So we're a collective and a cooperative. And we did a class with shout out to LA Co-op Lab and LA Trade Tech at the end of 2018. I think that really got us thinking about like self-sustaining and really change the game for like, we don't need to depend on grants and sponsorships and stuff like that. So at the end of 2018, we grew from 9 members to 11 strong going into 2019.
Hi, my name is Ashley. What we learned along the way is to practice asking questions about what we're using design and technology for, how we're using these tools, and why we're using them. Are we centering the lived experiences, needs, and creativity of our communities? Are we exchanging knowledge in ways that encourage collaboration regardless of education or expertise? Are we working to uplift each other and build up collective power? So we learn to consider, how does tech education include or exclude who gets to participate in learning and building tech? How do we support the labor of teaching? We've learned that our communities can't afford debt-free tech education in the form of degree programs and boot camps. So we've been wondering, how might we practice a way of teaching tech that encourages people to show up with their whole selves? How might we practice building and owning tech that is consentful, sustainable, and planet and people powered? So basically we've created #LevelUpLA trainings.
So Level Up LA trainings is a series of short classes for small cohorts, I can never say that word, of community members to learn the skills they need to build the tech that they want to see. So we got stuff, we offer trainings in design, like lessons in typography, image making, designing narratives, mapping design experiences. And I can say that we're bringing in a lot from, I worked in a startup for a little while, and so did another member. We're bringing in a lot from the tech industry, but also organizing and also education and arts backgrounds, and was specifically like decolonizing all of that. So it's like, I feel like the way we're doing it is not something you can get in a university, I don't think. But we're committed to design justice, which centers people who are normally marginalized by design. We're also doing kind of web development fundamentals like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Maybe we'll do processing. And deep dives into how databases work, how to translate your product ideas into a tech project so that you can start building with whatever resources are available. Our trainings are community-centric. So some courses are devoted to building infrastructures to support local community organizing efforts, learn how to fundraise using digital tools, learn how to build databases so you can stay in touch with your community effectively and quickly and securely. Our trainings are affordable, so they're about 10% of what boot camps cost. They're flexible, so we know a lot of folks are working full-time, supporting families, and have any number of side hustles. So they're designed to fit into busy schedules. And they're also safe spaces for historically marginalized communities to learn together. So we value difference, whether that's racial background, gender, learning styles, abilities, languages, and different accessibility needs.
What happens in POC spaces, anything we want, this is the beauty of them. So we are creating for us, by us. Beyond diversity, that one's a little tricky. We see a lot of diversity and inclusion in different industries and tech. As tokenizing and exploitive, we want to move beyond diversity in real steps to reparations for systematic inequalities like the racial wealth gap that have been created over centuries of racist policies in this country. #LevelUpLA. If we want, Mia Mingus says, if we want other people to do their work with their people, then we must do work with our people as well. We're rooted in LA, so we want to build alongside our community and help our folks realize it. We want to give back to our community as well. So if you are interested in trainings, we're almost close to getting our cohort as well. And if you can visit us at colorcoded.la/trainings. Here's a picture of us in our last winter retreat. This is all of our members. Yeah, thank you.